Okay, guys, so your assignment after reading Act 5 is to write a persuasive letter. What I'm seeing from a lot of your work is that we're not thinking about capitalization and punctuation. And our writing doesn't really have fluidity, so we're going to really work on that as our goal for this assignment. In addition, I've given you some choice here. So you have 3 options to choose from in your persuasive letter. I'm going to walk you through all 3. You're only required to submit 1. But I really want you to dig deep, to use the text and give evidence where you can, and to make sure you edit for spelling and grammar before you even submit. All right, ladies and gents? There's also a rubric on the assignment that I really want you to look at to make sure you're handing in A-quality work, because as many of you know, I'll just push it right back to you with some feedback, which is great because a lot of you are growing, but if you can get it right the first time just by reading and paying attention, then that's the better way to do it, okay? So you're going to, option 1, you're going to write a persuasive letter. In Act 3, Scene 1, I've even given you the place to reference if you want to open your text and reread. Tybalt is killed by Romeo as the two battle in the streets of Verona. In a 1-page letter to Juliet, again this is Microsoft Word, 1 page, assume the role of Romeo, who has the unhappy challenge of having to explain to his new wife how it came to pass that he killed her cousin just hours after marrying her. You need to include the following 3 things. Explain what happened. Make sure you know the event in the play. If not, reread it, guys. 2, what would Romeo try to persuade Juliet of at this point in the play? He's just killed her cousin. They've just gotten married. How would he make his argument convincing to her? And number 3, make sure you use appeals to logic. Okay, what's logical about this response? What answer can he give that's logical as to why he killed her cousin? And appeal to her emotions. Of course he's going to feel sad about it. Help her understand in a persuasive letter. Okay? Option number 2. If you don't want to do that one, here is option 2. After Tybalt's death, Juliet's father decides that a hasty marriage between Paris and his young daughter is just what's needed to cheer everybody up. This is in Act 3, Scene 5. If you don't remember it, go read Act Scene 3-5. Yet his daughter refuses to cooperate. Remember, they have a little fight. In response, Capulet gets extremely angry with her, calls her awful names, and demands that she marry Paris. Or he kicks her out of the house, remember that? In a 1-page letter to her father, written just after he tells her she must obey him or hang, beg, die, or starve in the streets, if she refuses, answer these 4 questions. Assume the role of Juliet and explain why you are unable to marry Paris. What would you say to persuade your father to relent on his insistence that she marry him? Would it be more effective to reveal her marriage to Romeo? Or would it be better if she left that out of the letter? You decide and incorporate this into your letter. You know how the families have been feuding for years. Persuade me. How would she appeal to logic to her father and the emotions to make her case? He's extremely angry, her dad. Okay? Option 3. This is in Act 3, Scene 5. So if you want to reread the act prior to starting this, that would be awesome. Friar Lawrence plays a very important role throughout this play as a friend and confidant of Romeo. After Prince Aeschylus banishes Romeo for killing Tybalt, the friar says that he will beg pardon of the prince on Romeo's behalf. Assume the role of Friar Lawrence. Write a 1-page letter to Prince Aeschylus after the sentence is pronounced, and explain the importance of the marriage of Romeo and Juliet. Keep in mind, guys, here's a hint. Friar thinks it's going to unite the family, so that you can use that as your persuasive tactic. What appeals to logic? That's logic, right? To end this feud on behalf of the families that are messing up the streets. And what emotions would the friar use to persuade the prince? The prince is so mad he's banished Romeo, and the prince is so mad that he's threatened death upon anyone who fights again between the 2 families. Okay, that's option 3. So you're going to do a 1-page persuasive letter taking on a character and persuading someone, another character, of something. Use evidence from the play, guys. This is your chance to shine. If you have questions with this, please come to class on Wednesday, and I will be more than happy to support you through your writing. a good day.